October.
October. And do you recall your first contract with, is it Franco with KMC?
With who?
Franco, is it Franco?
Frago.
Frago.
Yes.
Do you recall the date? The first contract?
No, I can't recall the date, but I know it was in May.
May 2023?
This May.
So
this year, May.
This year, May.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Council,
yes.
I just want to clear something here on this Frago debt recovery. Because the contract was secured by Francis, and then he called me to join him. So every document that you are asking for would be for Francis, not...
No, I asked you in your capacity as the managing director or the manager. So
I think I told you that he wasn't available when the contract document was being signed, and I signed on his behalf.
Were you the manager?
Because I manage the collectors on the ground. Not in his company as the manager.
Madam Jobe?
That's why I wanted to clear it here.
I do not see anything to clear. I do not see any difference in your evidence. It's one and the same. You had clearly maintained earlier.
Of course.
Hear me out.
Okay.
You have clearly maintained earlier, before we went on break, that Francis is Francis' company and you are the manager.
No, I'm not managing this company. I'm not. At the KMC level and the collectors on the ground, yes. But not this company. I'm not managing this company, Frago.
Did you not tell the commissioners you signed the agreement with KMC?
Pardon?
Did you not tell the commissioners you signed the agreement with KMC?
Yes, I said it, but I said he wasn't available when that document was being signed.
So in that capacity, signing the agreement with KMC, so we are requesting these documents in that capacity.
Okay.
You understand that? So all the documents you have been asked to bring?
Sure, I will bring them.
Yes.
But what I want to make clear is everything is Francis. It's in Francis' name. That's what I want to make clear.
Just bring these documents and
okay.
then we will take it up from there. You understand that?
Yeah.
You understand that?
Yeah.
Good. The other issue is, you said on the third paragraph, as rates, or does the chair want to say anything? As the rates manager, I am responsible for the preparation of invoices, transfers of property, occupancy certificate, property assessment, registration of lease, and CADIS transfers. Let's start with CADIS transfers. What are these?
It's at the CADIS court where they do the distribution of diseased properties.
Okay, and how are these transfers done?
Pardon?
How are these transfers done?
The name of the disease is changed to the beneficiaries.
Do they pay fees for this?
Yeah.
And how are you responsible for this particular fees?
They pay to the cashier.
The cashier?
Yeah, but we have the records to change them.
All right. And then you talk about the registration of leases as well. They pay to the cashier?
Yes.
Not to the bank?
No, for us, it's at the cashiers.
How about occupancy certificate?
Occupancies too, they are all paid at the cashier.
The cashier? They don't pay to the bank?
No.
So, but do you have tariffs or fees for this, like fixed amount of money that should be paid, or how are fees charged with respect to occupancy certificate, lease registration, and CADIS transfers?
Lease is 5,000. That's what they pay, and occupancies are $700. That's what they pay.
This fixed amount?
Yes.
Right. And so where or how do you record this at your level? Do you record it in a way book? Or do you have a...
No, we don't record them in a way book.
Yeah, so how do you record
Yeah,
this
we
transaction?
change them in the system, then invoice is given to them to go and pay at the cashiers.
So if we were to request for these records, would you be able to provide them, all these registrations from 2018?
We have the file for Cadiz, all Cadiz letters are filed, transfers are filed, occupancies are all filed, even though it's huge.
It's huge,
I don't
okay.
know how to get them here.
Yes.
If you insist, we will get them, but it's huge.
So we will request that you provide us with
Okay.
these files.
Okay.
Thank you. Any question for this witness, Madam Chairperson?
No.
Then we will ask that the chair discharge the witness then, if there are no questions, so that she can come back on Thursday to bring the documents.
Madam Jame, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And you kindly endeavor to bring the documents that the Commission has asked for
Okay.
on Thursday.
Thank you.
All right? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You are discharged.
I can go? Can I?
Yes, yes. You can go.
Good afternoon, Madam Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. Can you kindly hold the mic close to your mouth and make so when you talk, as everybody hear you? What is your religion? Can you speak so that everybody can hear you?
Islam.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
Maninka.
Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Affirmation.
Affirmation. Okay. Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Can you use your right hand? Raise your right hand into the air and then repeat after me. I, Mamie Jobe, Mamie Fatou Jobe,
Yeah.
do solemnly,
Do solemnly.
just repeat after me. Do solemnly,
Do solemnly.
truly,
Truly.
and sincerely declare that
And sincerely declare that
the evidence
the evidence
I shall give
I shall give
shall be
shall be
the truth,
the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing
and nothing
but the truth.
but the truth.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Madam Jobe.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for coming,
You're welcome.
and you are welcome. Council, can we please proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. Please tell the commission your name.
Ako Tony Kondongo,
Mamie Fatou Jobe.
Mamie Fatou Jobe are my names.
And your address.
Ako be sabat reminto jang,
Talinde.
Talending, I reside.
Your educational background?
Ako ila karang odum, ila karang wa danta dula le bintole, atati dula na dantula.
Okay, nanda grade 12 le.
Dia mo ngemoy.
Ngo nanda grade 12 le.
Grade 12.
Which school?
Ako karang munjuma.
Kotu senior secondary.
Go to senior secondary school.
Which year did you graduate?
Ako sanjuma le karang mo banje.
2013.
2013.
You work for the Kanifing Municipal Council?
Ako ikadu ko ke municipality Kanifing.
Hade.
Yes.
When were you employed?
Ako watu juma le tata do go la je.
14 June. Sorry. On the 1st of June 2014.
June 1st, 2014.
Do you have your appointment letter?
Ako ila appointment letter be bulu.
Ha.
Yes.
Were you confirmed?
Ako confirmation o ye confirm le ba.
Ha.
Yes.
May we please see those documents?
Ako si wo jeno, si wo letter o jeno le ba. Confirmation and appointment.
Nyana gadi juma. Okay. Oops.
Where are these originals?
Okay, ebe council.
Onyun la original le
Ebe KMC le.
is within the council.
We'll ask you to bring these originals, okay?
Ako sa me la fila original sa mo na yama.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we will have this admitted, and then we'll seek to have it admitted. If it is admitted, then you may be requested to provide the original.
Ako sa ante ko kala menyin du la commissioner to ngake se de jaro di. So ni tata ni bina ini original le na furu nga fale yama.
Yo, okay.
Very well.
We apply to tender the following documents, Honorable Chairperson. The first is an offer of appointment. The date is 19th of May 2014, addressed to the witness, Ms. Mamie Fatou Jobe. It is signed by Pa Khalifa Sanyang for its CEO. We also apply to tender a redeployment as revenue collector license unit, 2nd March 2021, addressed to the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, signed by Dembo Jah for acting chief executive officer. A letter of redeployment as compliance officer, 4th January 2024, addressed to the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, signed by Paset Sise as chief executive officer. Now this is 2024. I don't believe we need this. We have a letter with the heading upgrading, 28 July 2022, addressed to the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, signed by Dembo Jah for the chief executive officer, into evidence as an exhibit. Madam Chairperson, the two documents that we have returned to the witness, the first one is a duplicate of one of the documents that we seek to tender. And the second one is out of our mandate, 2024.
Very.
Thank you.
A letter dated the 19th of May 2014 with reference KMC/ADM/074 addressed to Ms. Mamie Fatou Jobe, Talending, Kanifing Municipality, with the subject offer of appointment. The letter is signed by Pakali Fasanyang for Chief Executive Officer and is copied to the Lord Mayor, KMC, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Markets Manager, IT Manager, Chairman, Establishment and Appointment Committee, Chairman, Local Government Service Commission. The second letter is dated the 2nd of March 2021 with reference KMC/HR/076. It is from the Kanifi Municipal Council. It is addressed to Mamie Fatou Jobe, Revenue Collector, thus Markets, KMC, with the subject redeployment as Revenue Collector, thus License Unit. The letter is signed by Demboja for Acting Chief Executive Officer and it is copied to the Lord Mayor, Establishment and Appointment Committee, Director of Finance, Director of Internal Audit, Markets Manager, IT Manager, License Manager. The third letter is dated the 28th of July 2022 with reference KMC/HR/001 from Kanifi Municipal Council addressed to Mamie Fatou Jobe, License Collector, KMC, with the subject upgrading. The letter is signed by Demboja for Chief Executive Officer and is copied to Lord Mayor, Director of Finance, License Manager, Internal Audit and Payroll. These three documents are admitted together in a bundle as an exhibit in evidence and they are marked as LGC/MFJ/KMC/001.
As a commission, please. Now, as a licensed revenue collector, in 2018, were you still in this unit?
No.
Ako lancing collector for 2018 etara jele ba?
Hani.
No.
Where were you in 2018?
Ako 2018 we no minto fanna juma.
Market.
And you were there for how long?
Ako market ile bije kabiru watu juma for watu juma.
Coming 2014 for 2021 na market.
I was at the market since 2014 to 2021.
And you were there as what?
Ako je kamune kenu je mune muiti market soto.
Duty collect on kawarakano.
I was collecting duty collector.
Now, do you have your cash books?
Ako cash book also.
Lancing la cash book wala be.
No, I have that of the Lansing cash
For which
book.
year?
Ako kabo sandi juma.
2021 to 2023.
2021 to 2023.
Okay, so you were in license then to the market and back to license.
Ako even license le pata je tata marché auto murutanda license.
No,
I started at the market, then from market I proceeded to license.
Which year were you taken to license unit?
Ako sanjuale sama license.
2021.
2021.
Can I please see your cash books for the
Ako say la cash book all year.
Sorry.
We applied to tender 3 cash books, 2021, 2022, and 2023. License cash book of the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, into evidence as an exhibit.
Ako sa ite ko kala elani book sabolu ibe nundula commissioner to ka kese de jaro di yawe.
Okay.
Very well.
The cash books maintained by the witness under the license unit, there are 3 and they cover the periods 20 2021, 2022, and 2023. They are all admitted together as exhibit in evidence, and they are marked as LGC/MFJ/KMC/002.
As the commission pleases. Now, were you having an invoice book?
Ako for invoice book also don't never.
Ade.
Yes.
Where is it?
Ako ole.
O invoice bugo na all deal edi. Habaka amol nyenenka.
That's the one I have passed to you. I think you've been requesting them.
That is your license collection record, but there will be an invoice book wherein all the invoices you issue, you record it there.
Ako bulansin bukol leti ka entadame. Ako baraka invoice menyinin kate. Wo invoice onia ta ikasa fedam.
Whenever bandang kaul murundil.
Whenever they are exhausted, we do return them.
Where?
Ako alke murundiming.
Nge murunde Uncle Kausu nyolea.
We used to take them back to Uncle Kausu.
Very well. Now, you gave a statement.
Ako yes statement of the nujande. Yes, I do.
We will ask that you be given a copy.
Ako sa ko kala be copy of the la ya jube for itale wala itante.
Please go through it and tell the commission whether that is the statement that was obtained from you.
Comme ngame fo ako ya korsiku ya je fo wala mo yele fangola statement of the wala wanted.
Is that the statement you gave to the investigators?
Yeah.
Yes.
Ade.
We applied to tender the statement of the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe. The date is 30th of August 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 30th of August 2024, made by the witness, Mamie Fatou Jobe, is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/MFJ/KMC/003.
As the commission places. Now, there was an audit query. If you look at the third paragraph of your statement.
Ako ne la statement o juwe ako auditor dung ye query dole kere ne a juwe ila kalma sabanya o membe la statement do.
This is the internal audit query 2022.
Ako kera 2022 internal query.
Where you had a cash shortage of $10,650.
Ako je inata corona ta manche benta ta fo wili tang cheme woro dalasi telulu.
Do you recall this?
Ako fo haklo lo kaneba. Yes, I remember fully, but it wasn't a shortage.
You will see this on page 26, Honorable Commissioners, of the internal audit report, dated this January to December 2022.
Akoni ajube woketa internal audit menkata kabo January kata for December sango men 2022.
Is LGC/BN/KMC/005. Where it was stated that the amount that was outstanding from your collection is $10,650.
Ako je me itandi je wala mu mancho men keta ila kodoto adata la fo wili tang cheme woro dala sitalulu.
So what is your reply to this?
Ako mo ne so debe men folaje.
Okay, kodonying na jole on the 6th of from March for January or something like that. Na jo wolungola. Sa en receipt woni wala filita. Kadu nek bugo kodo jiwe ba jala ko lost receipt wala bije.
It happens that I have entered this monies. I cannot remember the date exactly, but it happens that I lost the ticket or the receipt. So, but if you check properly, the written what they have written there is lost.
Ne lost receipt. Ne receipt o filte bulu. E kata kasi ya la lost receipt safe.
Whenever you lost a receipt, you go back to the cashier, then he or she will write a receipt or write that it is a lost receipt.
Our lost receipt onying e ka details hol safe jelo ko lungo men yaajo aning GTR number nyi ka be safe receipt o bala kayitandi ko yaajole but comme receipt o wala filit.
That lost receipt will be indicating the number of the receipt that was lost and the date that the money was paid.
No, I believe if you let me show you the audit report.
It
It is not saying it's a lost receipt. It says it is total shortages. It says total underpayment on transaction records. I will just read it as it is written. Page 26 of the report.
Page 26.
Amambala obela de barbiton amanke kom majo najole lost receipt aketa wallet because ne ajube from bugo from kono receipt o nyembi jele.
I did not disagree, but I know as I tell you, it was a lost receipt. But if you check even in the cash book, there the receipt is already there.
I believe you can read.
Na karane na obe understand je barbiton aketa nyaman ka wala.
I read it and I understood what the contents, but I'm now explaining how it happens.
Now, do you want to refer us to your cash book to show?
Yes.
Of this transaction.
Yes. There's no problem. I want that.
Which of the cash books?
Madam
Joe?
2022.
2022.
It's this one. But I'm get 10,650 to 10,500.
And the amount is not 10,650. The amount should be 10,500.
May I please have the report?
Yes, sir.
So the amount, the receipt you have, 3112571. 3112571.
3112571.
Is given to you by the cashier?
Ade.
Yes.
Which cashier is that?
Mamadi.
And then the one that was lost is 3095410.
Yes.
But you've already paid this money.
Yes, I do.
To which cashier?
Mamadi.
When did you pay the money?
On the 6th of February, we don't understand. I remember actual date.
I can't remember offhand actually, but it was on the 6th of, I don't know.
Yeah, it has to be in June. The period is for January to December. But then apparently, the records in your cash book, maybe I will give it to you and you can guide us with respect to the recordings in your cash book, the dates therein.
Yep.
Now you have your cash, but please guide us through the collection period
Ako bayri sa ifango ila kas bugo be nyati lingo laji.
of the recordings for that amount.
Wato menna yenyu safeji.
6 June 2022.
It was June 6, 2022.
It's when you made all those collections?
Ako wato le yo collection ol beke.
I want more than 10,500 to collect.
Yes, that was the time I collected 10,500.
That was when you had that collection itself. Now, the internal audit report says that your collection
Ila internal audit way men for walam ko ila collection no
is $1,709,574. $709,574.
$1,709,574.
Yes, and then it appears out of that collection, the amount you've paid,
Kodo nyin kono ye menjo
there's an outstanding balance of $10,650.
ibajila ko kodo men tuta wala fen manchita le won manchita wala mu wili tang keme woro dala si tellulu.
Do you understand?
Akoyo fahamle.
Now understand.
Yes, I do. But as I said earlier, I paid everything.
But if you are saying you have paid this
Akoni ko ite nyin jole
already,
ya jo foi pareta.
that it will be recorded by the cashier, correct?
Ako abe safala cashier anta safala kodi?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, then we will have to verify that with the cashier.
Ako san ba juwe dan dul fanam be ko fa hayma la nin cashier ay tema.
Problem to you.
There'll be no problem.
But my issue is you paid for the subsequent GTR.
Ako ba jakale wala mu ye GTR dole jo.
That was issued to you in September.
Mi ala ko e wodi la September karo.
Because receipt wala filita wala na after tada lost receipt kama.
Yes, because what happened, as I said earlier on, I lost the receipt, so I went for the lost receipt.
So wala na benta 15 September.
This is why it happens, or it falls on the 15th of September.
How is it possible that that receipt was lost? Or was it the only one that was lost?
Ako fo damala filter.
Yes, how done?
Yes.
How is that possible?
Ako be kenola nyadile.
Okay, ako kata nyame mfango.
How it happens?
Wolung ntara jo mama diale.
On that very day, I went to make
Sorry,
these payments.
Madam Jobe, let me clarify before you proceed so that I can understand what you are saying.
Ako alafta
Is
fendole
it
kalamdala.
the whole GTR book or it is just one receipt?
Ako fo GTR book o bere filter bang fo receipt clean na filter.
Receipt killing drone.
Only one
It's
receipt.
it's not the whole GTR.
Ako amanke packet oni ko dole ticket ola book oni fo receipt clean na filter.
Thank you. You can proceed.
Thank you. Only one receipt. Ma.
Okay, ako kata nyame wala ko
How it
lumena
happens was that on that very day,
lumena nanying jo wala kata on the 6th of June nyinti.
on the 6th of June, I went and make payments.
Wolung molle siata nun kasia ya anu molle ben call kam marsa odo pour que
On that
jo
very day, it was crowded at the cashiers and people were calling me at the market
pour que joroke.
to go so that they can make payments.
So what time wala ko kasia nyi ko ni peda dina secretary la clip nyana bugo kono.
So from there, I instructed the cashier to say, whenever you are ready, please give this receipt to the secretary so that he can clip it in my book.
Saying ya di secretary balo wolungo wularo.
It was given to the secretary, but on that very day in the afternoon,
Oluna wuluta.
on that day she delivered.
Saying bitongo receipt wala fili nyana tanden.
So this is how the receipt get lost.
The audit report
Ako auditor la reporto,
is in 2023,
wakata 2023.
April 2023.
Ako wakata April 2023.
Do you understand?
Ako ya fahamle.
So
Okay.
if you had paid this money,
Ako na tra yin kodo jole num.
it would have reflected in the audit report.
Ako ibaji la ko abe fundila audit report odo.
Because the period of the collection is from January to December 2022.
Ako wairi sango menna ite yin kodo ta wala lempo yin jota bulu wato menna wo kabo January kata December 2022.
It says the internal audit department has embarked on a various audit exercise on the departments and units of the council for the year ended 2022.
Ako e ben foje wala mu audit de yela do ko kele sango mi alon ko 2022. Adandula.
The draft report was sent to the office of the Deputy Chief Executive Officer
Ako barakaito nyimi alon ko ya safe inata ki deputy officer
for
Executive
management
officer.
response.
for pro management la jabiro.
Do you understand?
Ako yo moeleo.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is in 2023.
Ako sa nyinketa 2023.
The shortage allegedly happened in 2022.
Ako sote yo nying wala mancho nying keta 2022.
So man, okay, but on the 15th of September, na Jole. And that lost receipt Jole, na attach bugo.
I can't tell exactly what happened, or I don't even understand. But as I said earlier on, I did these payments on the 15th of September 2022.
All right, that's fine. You gave us a name that you paid to. You said is it Basirou?
Mamadi.
Mamadi?
Yes.
Last name?
Yeah.
Mamadi Nyadi?
Mamadi Jao.
Mamadi Jao.
Does he still work as a cashier for the
Amani
country?
Sanya, we don't call a cashier yaji.
Honey, I'm not a cashier.
No, now he's not a cashier.
Very well. We will have to call Mamadi
Akombe Mamadi Kumandlale.
and we will verify this information.
Ako ay na calling incident yamwe.
Okay.
Any question for this witness? Honorable Chair, you have any questions for this witness?
I don't know.
Yes, yes.
Are you done with the
yes,
witness?
yes. We're done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Madam Jobe,
No.
I will give you your, but before I give you your cash book, I am just doing a random question here.
Ako abe kasbu ko di la
We
fanga
will-
juwe
we will
badanda
go
be
in
okela be
details.
nyini kala ku madandang.
Can you bring us your register?
Ako ila register fo isa sabana no mole ba ya safe be nyini ka be
We are
ngom.
asking you to bring your register for 20. When did you start that is in 2021, right?
Ako
were-
2021 le tata
You were
license.
transferred to the license department.
Yes.
Okay, so you bring us the register for 2021, 2022, and 2023.
Ako mesulari ila register la
The zones that you,
2021,
yes.
2022
that
and
you collected
2023 even ma fo men na zonal mento ye o bukol be sama ina mesulari ngala. Ya moy register.
No bugo nyin kama nan kom how ma understand.
Ako e kamen for register ibe zonal mento ya le ke sound ni le. Kabo 2021, 2022, 2023. Ako ibe sono son mentor inene benu ndamento wo registration o nying alafta yo samana nyola.
Kombe zone men de kamen di mol zone we kan zone dame.
Very well.
Ma understand. Wo bugu buga tara
I don't understand because we don't have a book there.
Okay, let me explain to her.
Ako iba tu ako aseniandi.
I know she will understand.
Ako iba fahamla.
If you are in a particular zone,
Ako ni ibe sono mentor.
the register that you use in the collection of the license,
Ako register mi alon ko
license revenue,
ikasembe wale kampuruka revenue lempol ta molbulu.
that is the register we are talking about.
Ako be o register lema.
Because for each zone,
Ako zone
the businesses are registered. Is that
business
correct?
will be you'll be register
That is
bukol.
the register I'm talking about.
Ako akawale foten.
Okay.
Because without that register, we cannot understand your cash book.
Ako ning wo register man na ila kasbo ndol ta faham nola.
Okay.
Alright.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
Abe tarifo nyene. You
You talking
the
about the
tariff,
tariff?
no, the tariff is different.
Ako tarifo fana ba fayi.
Yes.
tarifo nka wala
Like for example, if you are in Talinding,
Ako sa misali fe ni be
where did you
talindi.
write the number of businesses that are in
Ako
Talinding?
iba jela
Do
bidigol
you
ben
have
bije.
any paper or any document that you have the number of businesses that are in Talinding?
Ako fo ibu
For
ka ko
example,
soto
the zone you
wala
are,
kaito mi ala ko me ay tan ko ibe zone o mento misali fe talindi bitig nangam le bije wala bitig nangam le bije nyanta lempol tala dabe ako fo albu ko bu ko soto wala kaito.
hani nka save invoice book kono
No, we do write them inside the invoice book.
invoice book.
Ako invoice book.
You write that, no. Madam Jobe, so many people have testified
okay
Ako
that
isi
there
follow.
is a register of the businesses that
Ako-
are in the zones, the different zones.
Alnyol sifal jamala be njang andol be afale ko
And that
ibe
is
soto
why-
soto ka register soto de.
The collectors are able to collect revenue.
Ako nyinne asabu ikaji atol lemputala al kalempol tano mul bulu.
Because they know the number of businesses that are within the area.
Because wole satin na isa long business jelle be o sono do ibe damendo.
And it is on the basis of knowing that number,
Ako ibaje la ko sa ni o dan nangamo long.
that is how you are given an invoice,
Ako jele ka
a demand note to go and serve.
ika invoice ol dila memu demand no prita ya di wo bitiktiol.
Is that not the case?
Ako fa ka ke wala nyama.
Okay, please let
Yes.
us know how you operate.
Ako sa ite afondoli ya ito ka do ko ke nyame.
okay ning sango datita ke kas book wala di mon la
At the beginning of the each of us is issued with a book,
GTR waning invoice book
the GTR and the invoice book.
sa wo invoice book ni ta katale shop to shop
That invoice book, you go to shop,
ye issuing ke
You start issuing them.
Yes, yes, before you proceed.
Ako sa nga
That
danji
invoice book
Ako invoice book nying.
will give you the list of shops.
Ako wala kay tandila bitik jelle beje.
Or you just randomly go out and then look for shops and then give them invoice? Is that
Ako
how
aka
you do it?
kanya le fo invoice book nyi wala kay tan la ko bitik jelle be jang wala fo ite ko fundile do eta may tam ne bitiko men je duje.
Invoice bugo ni kata da geta ta ye zono mendila. Adade da me ye dung shop to shop.
Yes, the invoice
The invoice all safely fonko dilete e kodo collect.
that invoice book is the one that you use to go from shop to
So
shop.
the
serve them with
invoice book will contain the name of the businesses and the number of shops that are in that zone.
Ako amunta ko invoice book nyi wala ka bitik tiyo to safeje anin bitik jelle be o ma fangola.
Ha invoice bugo ko ne ka be safe wala.
Yes, it's written or recorded in the invoice book.
That information is recorded in the invoice book.
Ako wo ka kalmol wala ko makawol bebe ka safe o invoice book
Ha
ko.
comme business all
Okay,
likata
so
momento no.
please provide us with
Yes,
the
ako
invoice.
sa membi je wala wo book wa ka wala nyinen ka purisi o sama na moli.
Or invoice all.
Invoice book.
Invoice book.
Yes.
What ka bugo klende na on fanenta accounts not it.
I have to go to accounts and check there.
Yes, but that is what you were using to issue out
Ako para wo
invoices.
book ka wala
That's why-
tama ni numpuri kela business okay wala ka
So we are
registration.
asking
Okay.
you to bring the invoice.
Ako sa ka wala nyinen ka puri asama na.
Now for the tariffs,
Ako tarifol fana.
you are given a copy of the tariffs.
Ako ka tarifol la copy o di la ko di.
Ha.
Yes.
So please also bring us, which tariff are you using, by the way, for
Ako
license?
ika tarif jumala use.
Remember that from Nyama 2020. They are 2019 to 2023, something like that. 5 years valid. La bala da.
I can't remember the beginning exactly, but I think from 2019 to 2023.
Okay, let me give you this tariff to check.
Okay.
Registrar, please give her this book to check.
Ako nyi
Is this the
jubelo
one that is
bebe
admitted?
ka kilingo kilimo.
This one. Okay, give her. Is that the tariff that
Yeah.
you are using?
Very well, yes.
Has it been amended?
Ako fo ya afali never?
Hani ma falling follow.
No, it's not.
So whatever you charge is based on this.
Ako amunta ko ite ha ye fengo fe men charge bitik tuye.
Can you read the exhibit number there?
Ako exhibit number.
LGC slash muna nya doti. MWD wala fo. MD slash 2 slash KMC 204.
All right. Thank you. So now the question I want to ask you, I randomly checked your cash book.
Okay.
Ako ay kas buko jubele bar sa lafta men ni
Now
kala.
you have the book there. Can you tell me, for a tailoring shop, is it just one fees you collect, or you collect multiple fees from a tailoring shop?
Ako san misal fe bayni buko be bala ako san karalla la bitiko do ako foy ka wata kilinne ke kamenta abulu bang foy ka watul bele na ta abulu pour ka lembo benta abulu
Nga ko do menta
ha karalla le ha.
e ka take charge la masingon la rek yojo.
You go and
Anya
charge
o
them
nyine
per
ka.
machine and they pay
Per machine.
per machine.
All right. So, and that is provided for there.
Ako fana be safari njang.
Abidjan.
Yes.
Okay, now, Registrar, can you please give her this cash book? Now, let us look at Sheikh Mbai, right?
Ako sa nga mo jube mento mu Cheikh Mbaye.
Or let me just take, let me take Jibi Njai.
Wala nga Jibi Njay tota
And please tell us,
an ya fontole ko
there are two numbers.
ako nomba fula le biye.
On your first column, there is a number. We don't know whether that is a GTR number. And the third column, there is another number. We don't know whether this is an invoice number.
Ako sa nomba fulo
check-
biye alafta
look
ya
at-
fontole.
This is what I'm asking.
Number fulo for GTR la number lembang fula njango fana biye
Yes.
number do biye for invoice la
And
number.
tell us the first number, what is it? Whether it's a GTR, and the second one, whether it is an invoice number. Because against that one is a tailoring workshop. So then I will ask you the question.
Ako je sa fontole wo number fulo fo wolem GTR la number tibang fula njango fo wolem invoice la number ti. Ako isa fontole isa ja abe menyi ni kala sa long abe menyi ni kala men.
What is the first column? Is it a GTR number?
You know me GTR number, then you know me phone quality.
What?
The first one is the GTR number, and the second one is the
Invoice book.
invoice book number.
Invoice number.
Yes.
So against GB SAR,
Ako sa ni jibi sa to juwe.
how much did you collect as revenue?
Ako jël le tabulu l'importa benjo.
Jibin Jai.
Jibi
Jai,
jay.
sorry.
Okay, I part payment la follow 700.
He paid part payment. He did pay part payment of 700.
700. I'll balance in more 850. Let's maybe not to balance over
The balance was 850.
The balance is 850.
Yeah.
75.
75.
875.
Yes, but you have gone to the audit department, right?
Ako itata no audit.
And audit has cleared you.
Anu auditing kale. Yes.
So where is it written that this GB Jai still owes money?
Ako
Or
sa
has he paid?
obe safari mindole ko jibi njahan sa alla julo bala.
Okay, ma do kala nyal bari sama explain na wala ko nying telo sol ye tol sol e ka joro ke sunka salo banna salo.
I don't know what to say, but they give them an opportunity for the tailors to be paying during the quarter or Tabaski.
So wala na ni
No,
tata je.
Madam Jobe, wait, hang on a minute. The tariffs that you have with you there,
Ako
it
tariff
has
wa
been
membe bulu.
admitted in evidence.
Tarif of member bukundi ngoni eme jubedu.
There is nothing in this book, there is nothing in this legislation
Ako fenete je wala kumakante je ni bukundi ngoko.
that suggests what you are talking about.
Me for wala kome ka men fote wo mon safeji.
Now, what it has indicated,
Ako we me yitande wala ko.
what you are supposed to collect
Ako inyanta mentala bulu.
yearly,
Sango kono.
right?
Ako ya moy.
So, from that collection,
Ako san nyimi alon ko lempo
how
menta.
would we know the number of machines in Jibinjai's tailoring shop?
Ako san tol balon no la nyaari le jibinjay la telo ala tailoring shop machine jelle beji.
Okay, ikat ni tata je ikanye nin kale simple jelle be bula ning dawme masingo jelle be bulo.
Whenever you go to a tailor, the first thing to ask is how many simple machines does he have and that of Daume?
Sa yalo simple masingo na la price lem yendo na la price lem.
Because they are of different prices.
Sa ni ye la price all for pare yalo masin fulo la babulo kon.
Now when he tell you, you know he have two machines,
Na da masin fulo be mo simple old.
and if I told they are of the same category, simple,
O ikalo ne ka charge price man.
you know the price
Na
you should be charged.
tara simple one in zigzag all babulo.
If I told-
Ibalo na
Madam,
le ba charge price
Madam
Job.
Jobe, this license act, that is the amendment for Schedule 2,
Akoni ajube ni lansino la kuma kango wala la tarifo me schedule 2.
has provided what you needed to charge
Ako waya be itandele nyanta charge ro kala nyame.
when it comes to the issue of tailors.
Akoni na that karalalia.
Is that correct?
Ako fo mantonya.
So it has
Yes.
indicated if it is a zigzag machine, how much you are supposed to
Ako
charge.
sa jefana itandelo kala nyata zigzag machine le mu amari nyanta charge la menna.
If it is a 217 machines, they have indicated how much you should charge.
According to 217 machines,
Now,
we
from
find
that
okay.
cash book, tell me what sort of machine you have charged.
Ako
in
sa
that
itala
cash
cash book auto je jube ba ya fontoli ite mune machine si fale charge.
Tailoring zigzag aning fonko simple original simple machine.
Tailor zigzag and one
Simple machine.
simple
So that
machine.
will give you a cumulative amount of how much?
Ako be jelle dile la
1,275.
1,000. 1,000.
So in that
If I told it is
situation,
two
how would
machines.
we know that this Jibinjai has only 2 machines?
Ako sa
It's not
je
recorded there. How would we know?
ibuka sa fe jang wala ma sa fe je tol balon no la nyaati le ko ni jibu njaay machine fulale babulu.
Abelo na kan kato ne add I mean jo aning balance o men tuta.
It will be known because if you add how much he paid and the balance left.
No, Madam Jobe, it's not possible.
Ako wote ken wala.
Because to avoid fraud,
Ako tapale o pour ka jenjala wala ka fata ka jamfala.
for each person that you visit,
Momo yala ko itata je.
there should have been a column of, particularly for tailors, there should have been a column where you indicate the number of machines.
Ako je baje la ko
So that when you calculate and somebody doing reconciliation in your cash book would be able to ascertain what you collected and what you found on the ground.
Ako ibajila ko sako karalal la karola.
Is that not correct?
Inyanta safela nyame, inyanta safela wolto. Ibajila wo buko nyini asama dauda amari balon nale ko nyinne nyanta tala je wala nyinne sotoji.
Because it is you are the only one that knows how many machines Jibinjai have.
Ako
Is that not correct?
ida male olong bayri tele kataje tele alon jibinjay machine jelle ba.
Because you send the invoice
Ako tele invoice safeji.
and you go to collect.
Andi tele kataje kalem portal.
So you are the only one that will be in the position
So
to know
ida male salon no.
how many machines are in that workshop.
Machine jelle be workshop kono.
Is that correct?
Ako fo man tonya ya.
Ade.
Yes.
Council, you may proceed.
But Chair, that's all for this witness. Unless we call her later after we've analyzed the cash books.
All right. Madam Jobe, thank you so much for coming.
Ako hani sany abaraka lawa kila na.
We will call you back when we look at your cash books.
Ako ninta tangela cash book ol
And
jube ko
please
be
bring
kumanda.
the documents we have asked you
Andu
to
padang
bring
nyini kamena puri yol samanang ikana nyina sa safeno kaito bala wala na kaito
by
bila.
Thursday.
Puri asa manang arami salungo.
Please note that so that you will.
Ako yo safe puri kana nyina.
So thank you so much for coming.
Info pen, oh. Thank you. Ako naman nakanya original documents all them kadi.
First of all, Council, I think you requested for the original letters. Yes.
Okay, animal.
What's safe for?
Please, you would liaise with the registrar. He will give you the
Ako-
list of documents that we need from
Ako
you.
ni fintel, ini
From the
fintel, ini
records.
misa kamera nyomo ya, abafule nyanta menu fengkala.
So thank you so much.
Baraka bar.
Please call in the next witness.
Sign book.
You are discharged.
Thank you.
Can you have the exhibit?
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Can you speak into the mic, please? Can you speak into the mic? Good afternoon. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and Related Matters. What is your religion?
Muslim.
Yeah. In which language do you wish to make your testimony? Can you speak into the mic just the way I am doing so that
Okay.
everybody can hear you? Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
I will affirm.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Okay, use your right hand, raise it into the air and then repeat after me. I, Basirou Taal,
Basirou Taal,
do solemnly,
do solemnly,
sincerely,
sincerely,
and truly declare
and truly declare
and affirm that
I affirm that
the evidence
the evidence
I shall give
shall
be
be
the truth,
the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing
and nothing
but the truth.
but the truth.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Taal.
Afternoon, ma.
You are welcome.
All right, ma.
Council, can we proceed?
Yes, thank you very much. So Taal, please state your name,
My name is Basirou Taal.
your address,
I stay in Bundung.
and your educational background.
Secondary fourth, Form 4,
From for which year?
1990,
Which school?
Sukuta Secondary.
You work for the Carnegie Municipal Council?
Yes, sir.
Since when?
Since 98,
98. Do you have your appointment letter?
yes,
And were you confirmed?
Yes, I was confirmed.
Can I please see those documents?
It's not with me.
All right. When do you plan to bring it?
Maybe if you give me time. But I'm no more working with them.
You're no more with KMC?
Yes, sir.
Since when?
March 2023.
Why is that? Why is that?
March 2023.
Did you resign or you were
Voluntary.
terminated? You were voluntary
Voluntary retirement.
retirement?
Yeah.
All right. We will need you to provide us with your appointment and confirmation letter.
All right, sir.
All right. Now, you recall giving a statement to the investigators? A statement?
Yes.
We will give you a copy of a 2-page statement.
Yes,
Please
sir.
go through it. It is dated the 23rd of August 2024. It bears your name and a signature across
Yes, sir.
your name. Please go through it carefully. And you tell the commission whether that's the statement that was obtained from you.
Yes, it's from me.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Basirou Taal. The date is 23rd of August 2024 into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement dated the 23rd of August 2024, made by the witness Mr. Basirou Taal, is admitted in evidence as an exhibit, and it is marked as LGC/BT/KMC/001.
As the commission please. Now in 2018, you were working as a revenue collector?
Yes,
Which unit?
I was in Lancet unit
You were there for how long?
from 2018 to 2023.
Were you maintaining cash books this period?
Yes.
Do you have your cash books?
No, I submitted all
Where?
at the audit.
All of your cash books.
Yes.
So you don't have any of these cash books.
No, sir.
Now we will ask that you go back to the office and you request for your cash books.
I will, sir.
Yes. Please don't forget, have it written down. The other question is your statement, the 3rd paragraph. There's an issue of cash shortage.
Okay.
Do you recall this in 2022?
I was told.
Okay. What is your reaction to that? It is with respect to the internal audit dated the 28th of April 2023 for the year ended 2022, January to December.
Yeah.
It states that on page 25 that you, Basirou Taal, your collections for the period was $4,654,320.50, and your submissions were $4,609,110.50, and there was a balance of $45,210. What is your reaction to this?
Yes, I was told.
Okay.
And later I made payment. I first made that 30,300.
Yes.
Then the second payment was I took a loan from the credit union,
Yes.
which I completed the balance.
Now, what caused this shortage?
I can't tell. It was not to my knowledge.
Yeah, but why would you have the shortage? That is the question. You have a cash book, you collect revenue, you write it down, you have receipts. So what will possibly give rise to this shortage?
I was never told that I have a shortage because every transaction I do go to audit. They take the book.
Every
Every transaction I do go to audit and they tick the book, but I was never told that I have a shortage.
No, but there's the audit exercise. I understand what you are saying, but then the book is not here, and we can't really ascertain whether for every transaction it was audited. But what we are saying is the report has clearly outlined it, and then you had complied with the report and you went and paid.
Yes, I know. This report was around September, October.
Yes.
I think.
Okay.
That's the time they said that I have a shortage.
Who told you? Who informed you? How were you informed?
From the audit.
That audit informed
Yes,
you. Did
from
they
the
write to you? Did they call you?
No, they didn't write to me.
But they just called you and invited you.
Yes.
And then you complied. You agreed.
Yes, I
So,
agreed.
so if you say everything is captured in your audit, that would not be correct, because the audit exercise that was conducted in this period, you were duly informed, and then you complied with the fact that you had shortage.
Yes, sir.
This amount is huge. So if you had any dispute with respect to this amount, you would not have paid it.
No, I didn't know that I have a shortage.
But that's what I'm saying.
If I know it, I will pay it.
But you paid it
Yes.
when you were informed.
Yes.
You didn't dispute it.
Yes.
You didn't disagree with it.
Yes.
You agreed with the findings,
Yes, I
which
agree.
means you had shortage. What caused the shortage?
Normally, when we do transactions,
Yes,
mostly on Fridays,
yes,
because the time is very short.
yes.
To rush up before 12:30, normally that's the time we have that kind of shortages. But I was not told, because
What will cause it during Fridays and the time is short? What will cause this shortage?
because when we went to the field and collect, you should make payment before weekend.
Yes.
Yes.
So now you have collected the money. What will cause this shortage? Because you know exactly how much you collect. Anyone paying to you?
Normally we paid, and maybe it's more than what you collect even.
That's not possible. You can't pay more than what you've collected. How is that possible?
Because it do happen.
But that's not possible.
Because when you calculate,
Yes.
sometimes you made a mistake, but you can put your money in there. Then later part they will know that the money is.
You
more
can't put your money there. You don't even have. You shouldn't even have money to put there.
It do happen.
You don't get my point. You should not even have money that will mix up with the revenue collect that will cause you to overpay. That would not make sense. You're going to collect revenue.
It do happen.
What would your personal funds have to do with the revenue?
It do happen.
I understand, but I'm just
Yeah,
saying it doesn't
it
make
do
sense. Oh, the auditor spoke about or discussed the issue of loaning oneself, self-loaning or so?
No.
That there would be times where you will spend these monies, not you, I mean the collectors, and then pay it back. But Mr. Taal, you have to explain how you had shortages of this amount. It's huge.
I know, but I cannot explain how it happens.
How is that possible? Did you spend the money?
Because if I told audit didn't tell me that, I will not know that I have a shortage.
But they told you, and then you accepted.
Yes.
And then you said, yes, that is true that you had a
But
shortage.
it takes time. The duration from January to September.
That's audit. That's
Yes.
what they do. It takes time. They don't audit you.
But every day you do go to audit and audit our books.
Yes. But they don't audit you properly. You go to the cashier first.
Yes.
At KMC, you go to the cashier first.
Yes.
And then after you are done,
You go to audit.
you go to the audit.
Yes.
So that's the issue.
Yes.
So what time will audit now audit your cash book against the cashier's cash book? So it's a matter of procedure. They just stamp whoever is doing it, they just stamp your audit or your cash books. But at the end of the year, when they had done the proper auditing, then they found out that there were monies that were missing.
When do issue arise, they normally request our books
Yes.
so that they will check whether it's true or not.
And that's what they did.
Yes.
And they found out it's true.
Yeah.
That you had underpayment.
Yes.
We are now asking you, because it is worrying, how would you be collecting revenue and have an amount of $45,210 that you failed to declare or failed to submit? That is the question.
This shortage is not a single transaction.
It means that you were having shortages on multiple
Because
transactions.
That's why I said that I cannot clarify whether is this month or a month.
Mr. Taal, it's even worse. It's even worse because it means that if it is not a single transaction, it is an accumulated transactions. Is that not the case? It may be 5, 6, 7 transactions.
No. It's not like that.
You said it's not a single transaction.
It's not like that. Because when you check the cash book,
Yes.
that's why I said that it's not single transaction, but it cannot reach that amount you are talking to.
If it is not single, it is multiple transactions.
No.
Do you understand that? Do you spend the money, part of the money that you collect?
Do you?
Spend part of the money that you collect?
No.
But how are we sure?
No, I don't spend it.
How sure are we? Or did they pay you less than they are supposed to pay you in collecting revenue? I mean, it's either or. Yeah, they paid you the normal full amount and you spend the money, or you have received less than you were supposed to receive. Which one is it?
Maybe less.
No, that's not also possible.
Less.
Because you know the tariffs, you have the tariff. That's also not logical. You have the tariff. So you know exactly how much Mr. X, Mr. Y will have to pay you. Is that not the case?
They normally do part payment.
They do part
payments.
Where would they do part payment?
If I told the what I could say even the one who is doing business.
Yes.
Sometimes they normally don't pay full.
Yes.
They do pay part payment.
Part payment.
Yes.
And that's allowed?
Yes, it's allowed.
That's fine. So if they do part payment, you don't record it? You give them part receipt?
We do record it.
You understand? If they're supposed to pay that $1,000 and they paid $500, you give them a receipt of how much?
The same amount they paid.
Exactly.
The same amount.
So it's still back to square one. There is no room for this kind of error. Because if it is part payment, the amount of money you have received is clearly recorded. And you give a receipt across that amount. So again, it has nothing to do with you receiving less than you are supposed to receive, correct?
Let's continue.
Is that not the case?
Yeah.
So the only outstanding option we have, or issue we have here now, is that you must have spent the money. You must have spent part of the money to warrant you to have a shortage with the intention of paying back. That's the only logical conclusion, Mr. Taal. Or can you think about any other issue?
No, don't worry.
Please answer the question. Can you think about any other reason as to why you will have a shortage?
What I said is, normally, when we collect, in your calculation, you can make mistakes. You can make mistakes.
Yes.
Maybe that's why this happened. But
What kind of
to
mistakes?
use the money,
What kind of mistakes?
calculation. But to use the money, no.
Mr. Taal, even if you make mistakes in your calculation, if you go to the cashier, the cashier will check your recordings for the day and the amount total.
This cashier never check the amount.
Why?
Recording.
What do they check?
What you pay, they give you receipts. Then auditors should check the book, whether it differs or not.
So the cashiers, they never check check your book.
No, that
They will not check your book.
No,
just bring the amount and they just collect.
They never.
And they record it.
Yes.
And how about the auditor?
That's why I said that's problem. Maybe the auditors should tell you that you have a shortage because they are the one who check the book thoroughly.
Now, do they do that on a weekly basis?
Weekly basis, yes.
They do check your book thoroughly?
Yes.
Against what?
Against your cash book.
That is the issue. So there is no room for error in recording. If that is happening, then it will be detected at that point in time. Do you understand that? Do you understand that?
Okay.
Yes, so Mr. Taal, you just must have spent this amount.
I don't.
Do you have a bank account?
No.
You've never had a bank account?
No.
You've never owned one? How were you paid?
By that time,
Yes.
7,000 plus.
How were you paid? Bank transfer?
Yes,
or
bank
cash?
transfer. It was a current account.
You still have you still maintain the account?
Yes.
Which bank account?
FI Bank.
How many bank accounts have you had?
I have two bank account now.
2 bank accounts?
Yes.
Please provide the details to the registrar of the bank accounts you've maintained from 2018 to date.
No.
Properties, landed properties?
No, I don't have
You
problem.
don't have any. Any questions for this witness?
Yes. Mr. Taal, do you used to go to the internal audit as required twice in the week?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were punctual in that?
Yes, ma'am.
However, your audit report for 2021 said otherwise, and subsequent audit reports. And their assessment based on the remarks of 2021, I just selected one,
Okay.
said that your appearance, your attendance is not accepted. You scored 3 points, which is not accepted. So which means it's not good, right? It's not acceptable, right?
Okay.
That is what the audit said. So you telling us that you used to attend, you used to go to the auditor twice in the week, that statement would not be correct, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Council?
Yes, Honorable Chairperson, thank you very much. We have asked that the witness brings the audit the cash books.
Yes, and in addition to the cash books, Mr. Taal, please bring the register. Please bring the register for the properties.
Register?
Yes.
No, we do not, never have registered for the
Invoice register, you don't have that one also?
Invoice register.
Yes.
I submit all to the councils.
Yes, we are asking you to note it so that you bring it for us. We cannot make an analysis of your cash book without you bringing that.
Okay, I'll try.
All right?
Okay.
So that we know what you entered here and what is in the register as to the number of businesses, it tallies. Thank you. Is that all for this witness?
Yes, 1 hour.
So we expect you to bring these documents by Thursday, Mr. Taal, and have a good afternoon. You are discharged.
All right, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Please call in the next witness.
Good afternoon, Mr. Witness. Mr. Witness, you may kindly take your seat. Mr. Witness, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed. Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you for us to proceed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cham.
Good afternoon.
You are welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can we proceed?
Yes, Mr. Cham, how are you?
Doing good.
Mr. Cham, you have some of the documents we asked from you?
Yes, I got most of them.
All right. Before we see the documents or examine the documents that you have, I want to ask, you know Adama Jame?
Adama Jame,
No.
at former staff of KMC?
Yes.
Sure.
She worked as the rates manager at some point.
I beg your pardon?
Rates manager. She worked as a rates manager at some point.
Correct.
She retired.
Sure.
Do you recall when she retired?
Not very long. Not very long.
Not
I
very
think-
long is not a specific date.
Yeah, I cannot recall the specific date, but not very long.
2018, she stated that she testified before the commission and stated that she retired in 2018. And in her statement as well, it is contained.
For the retirement?
Yes.
Yeah, retirement was 2018, yes, sure.
Okay. What do you think I was asking for?
I beg your pardon?
I said, what do you think I was asking?
I thought that they are talking about the contract and duration. So, but the retirement was 2018.
And how about the contract and duration?
The contract and duration, that one was not very long.
What do you mean it was not very long?
I cannot recall the exact date, but she retired and she was offered a contract.
Contract.
Yes.
Now, how was she offered a contract?
Of course, we saw that the council saw that she still has the potential and can support the council's in its drive for recovery.
The council. When you say the council, who are you referring to?
The KMC.
Yeah, but it has two do I say branches? You have, of course, the day-to-day management, which you were heading at the time as CEO. Is that not the case? As acting CEO.
The time she got the contract in 2018.
Yes.
Of course, yes.
Yes, you were the acting CEO.
So you want me to explain as a CEO or as a council?
Please come again.
As is my CEO's point of view or as a council? Because we saw that we still need her due to the time she retired.
We as in council or we as in you in your capacity as CEO?
That's what I want you. If you want me to explain why the council gave her the contract.
Okay, I want you to explain why the council gave her a contract. Then I will come to you in your capacity as CEO.
Yes, at the time, the council saw that there is a need to hire her services.
Yes.
And the department and the unit was not very strong.
Yes.
There was not a successor
Yes.
that can move the unit
Yes.
to the point that will bring the revenue we expect.
Yes.
So, due to succession planning, the council decided to contract her out for some period of time.
Was this discussed in a council meeting?
Yes, it was discussed at the committee meeting.
Which committee is that?
I cannot recall the exact time, but it was agreed at the management level also.
Management level?
Yes.
Not committee level, management level?
Yeah, because we don't give contracts without involvement of the committee at the time.
Yes, but it was discussed at senior management level?
It was discussed and agreed that if the unit...
Let's get it fact right. Senior management level?
If I could recall, yes.
The answer is yes. And who sits at the senior management level?
The management staff.
And these are?
Of course, you have the CEO, the directors, the mayor, and the deputy.
You know that the witness is the aunt to the mayor?
Say it again.
You know there's a family relation with the mayor?
There is a?
Family relation between the mayor and the, Adama Jame?
I think Adamo was contracted before.
Did you know this before her contract renewal?
No, I did not.
How is that possible? Everyone knows this.
I did not.
How is that possible?
It's possible that
Now,
I
who proposed the contract?
I do not know that she has any relationship.
Who proposed the contract?
Because Adam was contracted time before the mayor came to council.
No, I didn't ask you. That question. I'm talking about the renewal and the subsequent renewals.
I did not understand your
I'm
question.
talking about the subsequent renewals.
The subsequent renewals.
Yes.
That was the subsequent renewal. We still feel that the council still see that they need the service they need her services.
And this was discussed at senior management meeting as well.
At the establishment appointment committee level.
And this was discussed at the senior management meeting, SMT.
I'm saying at the.
Was it discussed at the SMT? Is a question.
I cannot recall that one, but I know it. For sure, it was discussed at the establishment and appointment committee level.
Please produce the minutes for the establishment and appointment committees as well. Write it down. Mr. Cham, you were acting CEO for how long?
1 year, 4 months.
1 year, 4 months.
Yes.
And how many years contract was she given?
She was contracted before I became a CEO.
Yes.
And also, I think that runs through my time. After
Yes.
my time as a CEO, she was offered also a contract.
Were you there as acting CEO when council or the management contracted 5 companies or businesses to collect debt?
Sure.
Were you involved in awarding these contracts?
Yes, I was.
So what was the rationale in granting or hiring 5 companies or businesses for them to collect debt?
The rationale was to make sure that we meet our or even exceed our revenue collection potential, because we are aware that there are huge sums of outstanding liability rates that are not being paid.
Yes.
This comes to almost, based on our estimation, is more than 100 million.
Yes.
And we feel when we embark on a strategy of debt recovery, they can help us get enough.
Now, what process did council take in seeking the services or hiring businesses or companies to collect debt?
The contract committee was working on this, and
Yes.
they did a expression of interest, and through the, I think it was advertised through the media in consultation with the GPPA.
So it was advertised?
Of course, it was put on the papers for interested individuals to express their interest in our drive to help council recover debts so that our current debt staff can focus on current debts.
So there was a tender process?
Correct.
Is that your answer?
It was, GPPA was consulted and the expression of interest was expressed on the papers, and the interested individual or companies who feel they have the experience on debt recovery.
Do you have this advertisement?
No, I don't have.
You should have it.
I don't go with it. It's not with me. I can find out for you. But they were consulted, and then they forwarded their application. Many of them, it was reviewed at the contract committee level, and we feel 5 of them can go.
Get us all the correspondences for these 5 companies, the minutes of the contracts committee, signed minutes of all the contracts committee members, the correspondence with GPPA approvals, if any.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, all the procurement steps that were taken and the method of procurement that was adopted as well? Because you are saying you complied with GPA rules and regulations?
Yes,
Is that your evidence?
GPPA.
Is your evidence is it your evidence that you have complied with GPA rules and
Yeah,
regulations?
as far as I'm concerned, I'm giving you the information that I know. I sit,
Yes.
because there are many times that I sit in that contract committee with the CEO.
Did you comply with GPA rules and regulations?
Yes, I'm so.
You are sure?
Correct.
Good. So you provide us with all those details, all the correspondence, all the details, the procurement method that was adopted, the minutes of meetings that were discussed in relation to this.
Okay.
Can you do that by Thursday? Sorry, Wednesday.
Today is.
If they exist, you should be able to produce them.
Okay. Okay, I'll try my best.
Yes.
I think
Now,
today is Monday.
now, you contracted these companies, and then they are to pay. They are to be paid 5% of their collections.
Yes, there's an agreement that the council want them to, based upon their collection. I'm not sure, but there is a percentage. I cannot give the number until I see the.
You were told it's 5%.
Probably they might be right, but let me check.
Adama Jame used to work for the area council.
Okay.
Not okay, it's yes.
No, KMC is not Carnival Municipal Council. We are a municipal council. We are not an area council.
Okay. Adama Jame used to work for the Carnival Municipal Council.
Correct.
Good. And now, working for the Carnival Municipal Council for so many years, she also was working for a company that you gave contract to collect debt.
That the council?
Yes.
Not me, the council?
Yes.
Okay.
When I say you, I mean in your capacity as CEO.
No, I was not the CEO when Adam get this contract you are talking about.
But you were the CEO when...
I was not the CEO.
Listen to me. I asked you whether you were present as acting CEO when these 5 companies were...
No.
Just hear me out. You said yes. Or was it a mistake? You gave me the answer. You said yes.
I want you to understand. I was an acting CEO in 2018 up to 2020,
yes.
October. So I ceased to be CEO and become director. But the first contract, you were talking about Adama's first contract. Adama was contracted as a staff, as a rates manager.
No, Mr. Chairman, we are not talking about issues of contract. We are talking about contract to the 5 companies.
Okay, no, I wasn't.
And I recall he asked you a specific question, and you answered in the affirmative. Please listen to him so that we can have
yes.
The correct information.
Okay.
Which will amount to your evidence.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
So let me buttress on that, let me clarify on that. Adama's recent appointment,
Let me ask you questions.
Okay.
While working as CEO,
okay.
acting CEO,
okay.
whichever applies,
okay.
did the Carnival Municipal Council employ the service or contract any company, institution, or individuals to collect debt on behalf of the council?
No.
That is what I asked.
That's it.
Yes. And so you know nothing about the companies, the 5 companies that were contracted to collect debt?
I know something. That's what I'm telling you. Recently, when they were contracted, I was opportune to sit at some of the contract committees where these issues were discussed.
In your capacity as?
As director of admin.
Good. And go ahead.
But not as CEO. So we decided at that point that council there is a huge debt that council need to recover. So that's where the committee discussed at the contract committee level to see how we engage a number of debt recovery personnel to come and support the council. That knowledge I have.
Mr. Cham, even though I would prefer to ask the CEO, which I will for the time covering this period, as far as you are not in that office. But the question I will ask you is, you contacted 5 companies or businesses to collect debt.
Correct.
What were they supposed to do, and how were they supposed to collect this debt?
Of course, they were supposed to help recover some of the outstanding debts
And
that we feel is huge.
And how is this supposed to be done?
They were, we were supported by our rates unit.
Rates unit, your rates unit will act as pointers.
Exactly, to come up with a portfolio of rates collectible
Yes.
that are outstanding.
Yes.
And they guided us to make sure that various respective areas within the municipality
Yes.
to be assigned.
Yes.
So each of these 5 respective debt collectors were assigned a specific area
Yes.
or a domain where they will collect the rates for that period.
But how do they do this? How do they do this collection? They just issue out demand notes or invoices or notices of areas?
So they are supposed to, the rates unit in itself are not totally divorced of them. They are supposed to be their pointers, their lead, and also give a technical support to them. And
So,
also,
go ahead.
yes,
Proceed.
they're supposed to also work with them in areas where demarcation, where areas they have been assigned for, and also make sure that they get the right demand notes printed. And
So the rates unit is still actively involved?
yes, the manager and the team. Because
Yes, they're still actively involved. They still act as pointers. They accompany them to make sure that
they don't accompany them. This is in case of
Mr.
consultation.
Cham, how are you going to act as a pointer if you're not going to accompany anyone?
That's what I'm telling you. You can be a pointer without going. It's just like a signpost. When you say that place is over there, it doesn't mean that.
So they were not accompanying them.
That's what we agree.
That would not be true. Be careful what you are saying. It will not be true. It will be utterly false because we have evidence.
Let me help.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. I know you, Mr. Cham. Hear me out. We have very sufficient evidence. I don't want you to give evidence knowing fully well you are not being honest and truthful. We have sufficient evidence. In fact, there are correspondences wherein some of these debt collectors were asking for pointers to be allocated to them to go and show them these areas to collect revenue.
Yes.
That is a fact.
Yes. That's what I do know.
Now I will ask you a question again.
Yes, let me answer that.
Were they accompanying them to collect debt?
Yes, let me highlight.
Answer my question and then explain.
I cannot be sure of that because
Thank you very much.
I'm not sure.
Thank you. Maybe it's better than trying to cook up a story,
Yes.
trying to frame
I'm not sure.
a story when you know that you actually know the fact. That is very, very, very dishonest, Mr. Cham. Don't do that. Whatever you asked is because we do our findings and we know. Madam Jammeh herself testified and said that there were pointers. So they're not going to sit at the office and then point at a place in Bakau and tell them that compound with the blue gate, go and collect their license. That's not how it works. Do you understand that? It doesn't even sit well with logic.
Is it a question or a statement?
It's a statement.
Okay.
Yes. Which you can react to. If you can disagree with me as well, it's not supposed to be a problem. But I'm telling you that they cannot just sit at KMC and point at the property in Bakau. That wouldn't make sense. Is that not correct?
What I do know.
Is that not correct answer to my question?
I'm giving you what I know.
Would that be correct or not?
I'm giving you what I know about.
Would they accompany them?
I don't know.
You don't know. Now, since I have told you they will be accompanied. Now, when these debt collectors go to collect debt, what extra service are they rendering? How are they collecting this debt? Do they serve these demand notes or these notices of areas? Do they do anything extra?
Yes, they get the information from our rates office.
Okay.
Where the manuals are printed, because every information is in the system.
Yes.
All the debt outstanding rates are in the system.
Yes.
So these collectors cannot know them without providing them.
Yes.
So that's why we are connected to them.
Yes.
We provide them this information.
Yes.
And also give them any technical support that requires them executing their function as contractors.
And what do they do? What is their function?
What is?
What is their function?
Debt recovery.
How do they recover debt?
For us, they have their strategies, they have their modalities.
Tell us their modalities and their strategies.
I will not be in a position for that because
You were in the contracts committee. You offered evidence. We want to hear you.
because what we do tell them, because they demonstrate beyond reasonable doubt that they have an expertise and also have an experience.
That's what they will claim.
In debt collection based on their submissions.
That's what they will claim.
That we saw.
Do you verify that?
We saw their documents, and they were also interviewed.
What or how do they collect this debt? Do they serve these notices of arrears or invoices and then expect payment, or do they have any form of system or device or machinery that they use?
I do not want to go deep into that. I do not have.
Why?
Because I don't have experience in debt collection.
You are a member of the contracts committee. You told the commission that you attended these meetings.
Correct.
You offered evidence and told us how important they would be. Now establish that fact.
Just
tell us why.
I'm just to help. I'm helping you.
Yes.
I'm helping you because
Go
the
ahead.
CEO should have explained that further, because it doesn't happen during my time as a CEO.
No.
But I was privileged to sit in the contract committee. What
Yes.
we tell them that their interest was received, and they will look at their competencies,
Yes.
their experience. They
Yes.
satisfied what we want,
what-
and they demonstrated beyond reasonable doubt that they had an experience of that collection.
Which is?
So their strategy,
Which experience is?
which is to go after debtors and convince them to pay.
What? So that cannot be done by your staff?
Of course, our staff, there was a time our staff was doing both rates collection and debt collection. So
Mr. Cham, were any of these companies rendering a service that your staff could not render?
you see, you have to understand how council work
Tell us.
local governance is.
Tell us.
You see, in rates payments, you don't push people to pay. You pull them to pay. You convince them. You try to show that there is a need for you to pay based on the assessment of their place. So if people default, there are other means that we use. We use our legal, we have our counsel, our lawyer,
Yes.
to go after certain debtors. We also have magistrate,
Yes.
where we send some of these people to try them.
So where does this debt companies or businesses come in?
Yeah,
That is
because
that you
it
haven't
was
still answered that question.
Because there was a huge outstanding liabilities. The strategies that we used was not enough. There were huge outstanding liabilities of debtors that have not come forward to pay. So we feel our current staff cannot focus 100% on debt collection, because there was a time the debt units was separated from.
Mr. Cham, we know all that. We know all that.
You know all that.
Listen, of course, we know all that. Okay. Now, take your time. Let me rephrase my questions.
Okay, do that.
And I'll give you another opportunity so that you answer. You have a debt unit.
No, we don't have a debt unit.
What do you have?
We have a rates unit.
Rates unit.
Correct.
There was a time that you had the rates and debt separate.
Correct.
And then at some point they were...
We amalgamated them.
Yes, they were together, they were fused.
Correct.
So you have a debt unit.
No, we don't.
What do you have?
Technically, we have a rates unit.
No, I'm not talking about technicalities.
Of course, we don't have a debt
What
unit.
do you have?
We have rates unit.
You have rates unit.
Correct.
So you no longer have a debt unit.
Correct.
So the rates unit, they don't perform the debt unit function when it was separated?
They do the functions.
So you have a rates unit that performs the function of the debt unit when they were separated?
Yes.
So now how do you call that unit now?
Rates unit.
Rates unit. And before it was rates and?
We have debt unit separate.
Yes,
we
rates
also,
and debt separate.
Yeah, they were separate.
Since when was it fused?
This was about 2 years or so. 2 years or so. I cannot be precise, but
2 years ago. Oh, don't worry about it. 2 years ago. But then.
But some time ago. I'm on that side.
I understand. You cannot have it offhand. Yeah. But then, when it was fused, their functions became one.
Exactly.
Do you understand that? Mm-hmm. So when I say you have a debt unit, I mean you have a unit to do the functions of debt collection. Is that a fact or not?
I disagree. We do not have a debt
unit. So the rate units do not collect debt anymore?
They collect debt. They also collect.
So you have the rates unit functioning, performing the functions of a debt unit?
Yes, because what we have
I
want you to understand.
I am the one asking the questions. Where I feel confused or I don't understand, I will tell you to clarify.
Okay.
Unless I say that, just answer questions.
Okay.
Okay? Now, what I am asking is when you fuse these two, the rates separate then, as it then was, and the debt separate as it then was. Now you have the two joined together. They become one unit.
Yes.
And you refer to it as rates unit.
Correct.
Which still performs recovery of debt functions. Is that a correct statement?
They perform both debt collection and rates collection.
I am interested. I'm interested in the debt part.
I'm interested in. I want to give you both.
No.
Sorry.
If you want to understand.
No, sorry, Mr. Cham. Council is asking you specific questions. I think it is prudent to answer the questions. And the reason why it is prudent to answer the question is that you know and we know we are all going on the same lane, right? So I don't think it is good service to know what he is asking you and you try to make it difficult to answer the questions. Because I see no technicality here. You have clearly stated that there are so many facts. Even if we present the budget to you, we can put points across to you and you will answer them. Correct? So you have said that 2 years ago, or about 2 years ago, these two units were merged. So he's asking you for the specific unit, so you answer. I don't think there is any difficulty in answering that question.
The year we merged them, we call them the rates unit.
Yes, we understand all that aspect. We know that the rates unit, underneath the rates unit, he has asked you whether underneath the rates unit, there is, you understand, staff that are assigned to do collection of debt.
Separately, no. No.
So the rates unit, they don't collect arrears at all.
They collect arrears. So I want to explain to him.
So what is arrears? Let us understand.
Arrears are outstanding payments that were due and we are not paid.
So you cannot classify that as a debt?
Yes. If I explain, you will understand.
No, I'm asking you now. Those arrears, you don't classify them as debt?
They are debt.
They are debts?
Correct.
All right. So
let me, Madam Chairperson,
all right. Yes. Okay. Let me give you time.
Allow me to clarify this.
Yes.
I think I'm the witness here.
Yes.
Okay. You see, you will see compound A. If you don't pay your last year rates and it comes up to this year, so that means that you are not, it is almost, we are in October. So you have not paid your 2023. Now, up to October, you have not paid. So if our debt collectors come to you for payment, so sometimes they decide, because there is a flexibility. Either you pay for the last year and pay part of this year, or you pay it all. So that's why it is just like milk and water. Same person who has current rate payment also have some liabilities. So if you pay 40% or 60% of that, we still now the rates you need.
Mr. Cham, I'm not asking you of what you are telling me. I'm not interested in hearing that.
Okay, let me cut.
Right?
Okay.
What we are interested in understanding is that the people working at the rates unit, do they issue invoices of arrears that taxpayers ought to have paid and did not pay?
They do.
They do?
They do.
That is what I'm asking.
Yes.
Thank you so much for answering the question.
They do.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Mr. Cham, so the rates unit collect or recover arrears or debt, however you call it.
Yes.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
How many staff?
I cannot give you the number. There are many, but I can't give you the number.
There are many?
Yes.
When you say many, they are more than 50?
There are more than 10.
More than 10. Now, their job is to issue invoices or notices of arrears?
Yeah, demand notice, they call
demand
it.
notice.
Yes.
And these 5 businesses or companies or individuals, when they were hired as well or employed or contracted, their job also would be to issue demand notices.
As well, yes.
Do they offer any other service apart from that?
Of course, using their skill to make sure that the debtors pay.
And what kind of skill are you referring to?
That's the competency we hired them for. We hired them for their expertise.
When they discuss with you about their competence and their skill,
Yes.
what skill did they convince you
Because
for you
we-
to pay 5% for every collection? We
Because
want to know.
We feel some of the staff, the debtors that used to see KMC staff faces all the time, if they see a different face, they will know that we mean business. So, and they, it is.
Is that your excuse? Are you serious?
What I'm saying.
Are you really serious?
This-
That is the excuse that
No,
KMC...
no, that's not the excuse. The excuse is we.
No,
have a-
you gave that statement, answer.
What is your question?
Your answer that if you feel that they see another face, they will take you people serious. That is why you contracted 5 companies to and pay them 5% for every collection? Is that the reason?
No, the most important objective.
No, is that a reason?
No, no.
So when you said that it was not correct?
I gave you the answer. There was a huge outstanding liability.
Let's just zero in on the answer you gave first and we'll move on. I'm asking you what you are saying now, just because you want to change face.
What is your
so
question?
that
What is your question?
Just listen to me. I'm repeating what you just said. If you want, we can ask it to be played back.
No, I want your question so
No,
that I can understand.
let me forget, Mr. Cham. You said because you want to change face, because if they see new faces, they may be tired of seeing the KMC staff all the time. So if they see new faces, they may pay their arrears. Did you or did you not say that?
I have not landed my point.
Did you say that?
I have not landed my point.
Did you-
I want you to allow me to land.
Proceed
my
on
point.
that.
Because what we are saying, our debt collectors were in the business, in the field for so long.
Yes.
And they, of course, they did very well. They
Yes.
tried.
Yes.
But still, we feel that yearly, there is an accumulation of debts.
Yes.
And we don't want to strain them.
Yes.
So we want them to specialize on certain areas and also provide a support for them that we will feel people that have the competency, the expert, and which can add value to our revenue collection. That's why we hired the services.
Now, 2 issues. You don't want to strain them. That's number 1. Number 2, because they are faces.
Is it?
No, just hear me out. We are going by your evidence, my friend, and you can change it as much as you want. It only talks about your credibility, but you can always change your story once you feel that you have been pinned down. My question is very simple. You said because they have been strained. Do you maintain that?
Counsel, he said, and I quote him
Yes.
verbatim, he said, we don't want to strain them.
Yes, we don't want to. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Mr.
let
Chair.
me explain what I mean by
No,
that.
no. Let me
explain.
We
Maybe-
understand it, Mr.
No, you don't understand. I have to explain.
Mr. Cham,
Because-
if you keep on interrupting my questions.
No, if you want
if you
to-
keep
if-
on interrupting my questions,
Can we,
I
can
may
we,
not have.
can we,
yes.
sorry, Counsel, can we have decorum?
Yes. Thank you, Chair.
Can we listen to each other?
Yes.
Mr.
Yes.
Cham?
Yes.
And, sorry,
Go ahead,
please.
Chair.
I believe that the rules apply to both sides, and this commission have rules. And I would wish to remind people that there are rules that govern this commission, and we do not have the intention of applying the rules. This commission is a fact-finding mission. It is not a commission where people will come and display arrogance or sarcasm when asked questions, and I believe that Council will also apply utmost decorum in listening to the witness and allowing him to explain himself fully. I hope I am understood.
Very well.
Thank you. So please answer the question, Mr. Cham.
Yes, Madam Chair, I think if he asks a question, I answered it. He goes back to my answer to come up to make a statement to answer. So I want to believe, if I give him the answer, because each of the words that I give you can be explained further. Because if you want me to explain strain, if you see that as confusing, because if an outstanding debt of 200 million, you give a target to somebody, a group of people to bring this year and now, that will be difficult. You'll deal with strain.
Mr. Cham.
That's what I mean.
Mr. Cham, you are here sitting there, you are a witness.
Yes.
You answer the questions.
I will.
If you cannot answer the question, you tell us you cannot answer the question. We can take that as your evidence.
Okay, thank you.
We are no longer going to take what you are explaining. You answer the question, you don't want to answer the questions, you say you don't know, or I have no idea. To 5. I think this is a convenient point to stop. Council?
As Commission places.
We will rise.